white people love to talk about saving the environment because it doesn't require any actual activism. Yeah, I said it. And before you litter my comments section with your white fragility, please listen to what I have to say first. What I mean by saving the environment requires no activism is that in our current capitalist society, it is objectively impossible to save the environment. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, ugly man, that doesn't make any sense, we can still save the environment. Well, you know those multi-million-dollar companies that bombard you with pro-environment ads and tell you that they're making eco-responsible products? They're the ones producing 90% of Earth's pollution. And if you don't believe me, here's an article about it. I guess it's fairly old, okay? It's from fucking yesterday, that shows that 20 companies produce more than half of the world's the world's plastic waste. So now you might be thinking to yourself, oh, how does that relate to white people in any manner? Well, notice how extreme white environmentalists will never address any other issues except the environment. The best example of that is Greta, whatever the f*** her last name is. I'm not gonna bother pronouncing it because, like, I don't respect her enough for that. She spends her entire f***ing days crying about trees, but when you ask her what she thinks of what's going on in Palestine, which is, you know, actual human lives that are in danger, she refuses to talk about it. Like, she's neutral about the Israel-Palestine conflict. And you know why? You know why? Because taking the right side in this story requires actual research and real activism. It's easy to appear woke while talking about the environment because that's all you can do. Talk about it. You don't need to be a genius to figure out that killing the earth is a bad thing. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to cry about how boomers ruined your future without bringing any actual solutions to the table. But you do need 2 or 3 brain cells to discuss actual societal issues. And here's like the whole thing I'm coming to when I'm saying that, you know, white people like to stay neutral about these kinds of issues. It's because if they actually choose to be real activists, it requires them to question their privilege, to question their existence in itself. They don't like it when people point out that they are treated like humans while we're treated like animals. So they look for the safest way to appear woke and intelligent. Because you don't have to admit that you're privileged when you're fighting for the trees. But when you're fighting for Palestine, when you're fighting for black people, for the LGBTQ community all over the world, for women's rights, then you have to admit that you are privileged and that you are treated better. And that's too hard for them. We're all dying in 20 years, so come have fun and dry your tears. You know trying will change nothing. You want to save the environment? Stop dreaming. Pollution's destroying the world. By being alive, you contribute to its work. Death is by rich people's side, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Understand?